If you're new, press the bell icon to get the latest notifications.
Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Dogecoin video update. Alright, so our technical targets coming in 0.05563. We have 0.05032. I actually want to remove all the drawings again, and I want to actually start fresh once again. So this is an image of Dogecoin and it looks pretty amazing. Like, look how gigantic this was. Look how huge of a trend that really was. That was incredible. That was a really huge rally to the upside, and so many people were interested about this move to the upside. I was interested, you were interested, and the story starts with accumulation right over there, and then you made something known as Elliott Wave theory count. And people say trading does, I mean, whenever I see the chart of Dogecoin, I think Dogecoin has the most perfect trading patterns that really matches. Whenever you're going to read the book, or if you're interested to take my trading course, you can take it. No one's stopping you. It's $249. Message me on Twitter to get a discount. If you don't want to pay the whole $249, you can get something less cheap. So do check it out. Do check the introduction video. The link is in the description of the video. All right. Whenever I look at Dogecoin, I think it's one of the perfect cryptocurrencies that shows the perfect trading setups. Number one, if I talked about the market phase, I talked about the market phase before, and this is actually accumulation. And when you have accumulation, it means it's something for that thing to take off, and it did take off. Second reason why I think it's one of the best looking chart for trading is that this was the first wave, the second wave, third being the biggest one, fourth one, and then you have the fifth one, right? Now, after that one, I mean, started off with big accumulation, big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott Wave theory, and then you started to correct to the downside. And when you corrected to the downside, you ended up making a downtrend and a channel, just something like nearly right over there, okay? And then this was your upper, resistance, and then you have this lower resistance right over there. So this is pretty much a confirmed channel because you have more than 3 touches. So touch number 1, touch number 2, touch number 3, touch number 4. That was a perfect trend line for the support. And then you have touch number 1, touch number 2, touch number 3, and then touch number 4, and a break of that trend line. Very, very clear break because you ended up making that bullish closing. Okay, now that was another perfect trend line of the resistance. When you break out of the trend line, I talked about the ABC correction. Here we go. A, the B, and the C correction. I just want to change the colors a little bit right over there. So I'm just going to give it a red, and I'm going to increase the thickness right over there. I think that looks shitty. Let's do the yellow. Okay, now we have the ABC correction. So basically it just shows that this is going to be the first A correction, B, and the C being the biggest one than the A. Are we doing that? Yes, we're doing that. And the thing is that it matches so perfectly well, because if you go down like this, up, and then move even lower to that trend line, you get to backtest the trend line, right? So for me personally, this is more like a break of a trend line, go back for the retest, if you want the most simple way of an explanation. If you want to dive into more details, that was an ABC correction, right? And this is nothing more than just breakout of a trend line and a back test of support. Now, this is where another part comes in. You might end up coming here, and a lot of newbies, do you know what newbies are going to think? They're going to think that, hey, just because we're coming down here for the retest, it's an entry. Many people, and then again, I talk about this in trading psychology. Do check this course, guys. I really recommend you check it out. It would be amazing if you want to buy and learn about it. Just saying, you're gonna love it. So in one of these beginners' mistake is that the thing with beginners, what they do is they think that something just popped out. Number one, the biggest mistake they're gonna do is just buy the green because the green feels safe to buy. The second thing is, even if, let's say they're not that much of a beginner, but just a little bit experienced, but not too much experience, is that they're going to wait for this thing to just come down here, and they're going to suppose that this is an entry, right? No, this is a retest. And the meaning of retest is nothing more than, come down here, test something if it's going to hold. And that's where candlestick reading is going to help you to know if you are successful, and I have made nearly 50 plus candlestick reading. I've given you indicators that I use the most and which works the best. And look at this ABC's correction, by the way. Look at this Elliott Wave in an uptrend that I just showed you right now. The Elliott Wave theory, all of this is in Dogecoin. Okay, so whatever happens in the future, it is going to be out of any of this topic that I've actually given you out there. It can be anything from all of these things in the charts. So ABC correction, come down here. The candlesticks is what's going to help you. For example, this candlestick was amazing because you have a doji right at the support level. You had the hammer right at the support level. So we need a candlestick like that. And if you want to know which candlesticks are bullish, again, in detail, it's all here. And you're going to know which candlestick, when it performs the candlestick, whenever the candlesticks appear down here somewhere. And I expect it to bottom out by January. And we're going to see if January is going to be the bottoming of, Dogecoin and the backtest here. So that's when you're going to have to wait. The reason why it's January, again, is for you to combine the time frame. If you're on the weekly time frame, you probably have to wait a lot of days or a couple of weeks because you're looking at a higher time frame. So patience is required right over here. So I do think we have 2-3 more weeks of continuing to move even lower. And yes, don't get me wrong, we could still have pumps and dumps and pumps and dumps and then go like this. That's something possible. It won't go down straight like that, but it can be something like this, wavy all the way down here. And that's pretty much it for this update on Dogecoin right now. I'm going to see you in the next one. Hello, Office.